Noam Chomsky, a renowned linguist and political activist, revolutionized our understanding of language. His book, Language and Problems of Knowledge, explores the intricate workings of language and its profound implications for human cognition. Chomsky's ideas challenged prevailing theories and ignited a paradigm shift in linguistics. Chomsky's work delves into the very essence of what it means to be human. Language, he argues, is not merely a tool for communication but a window into the human mind. His insights have had a profound impact on fields ranging from psychology and philosophy to computer science and artificial intelligence. Chomsky's ideas continue to shape contemporary linguistic theory and research. His work has inspired generations of scholars to unravel the complexities of language. By exploring Chomsky's key concepts, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the power and mystery of human language. At the heart of Chomsky's inquiry lies a fundamental question: how do humans acquire and use language with such apparent ease? This question has intrigued linguists, psychologists, and philosophers for decades. Chomsky's revolutionary ideas have reshaped our understanding of language, suggesting that our ability to communicate is not just a learned behavior, but a fundamental aspect of our human nature. We effortlessly produce and comprehend an infinite number of sentences, even those we've never encountered before. This phenomenon is not just limited to adults. Children, too, display an astonishing ability to grasp complex linguistic structures at a very young age. This suggests that our brains are wired in a way that makes language acquisition almost second nature. This remarkable ability, Chomsky argues, points to an innate capacity for language. He believes that this capacity is universal, present in all humans regardless of the specific language they are exposed to. This universality hints at a common underlying structure to all human languages, a concept Chomsky refers to as universal grammar. He posits that humans are born with a predisposition for language learning. This predisposition is not just a passive trait but an active, dynamic process that unfolds as we grow and interact with our environment. From the moment we are born, our brains are primed to pick up on linguistic cues and patterns, enabling us to decode and produce language with remarkable speed and accuracy. This predisposition allows us to acquire language rapidly and efficiently, even in the absence of explicit instruction. Unlike other skills that require years of practice and formal education, language seems to come naturally to us. This natural ease with which we learn to speak and understand others is a testament to the power of our innate linguistic abilities. Chomsky challenges the prevailing behaviorist view that language is learned solely through imitation and reinforcement. He argues that if language were merely a product of environmental factors, we would not see the uniformity and complexity that characterizes human languages across different cultures and societies. Instead, he suggests that our linguistic capabilities are hardwired into our brains. Instead, he proposes that humans possess an innate linguistic faculty. This faculty is like a mental blueprint that guides our language development, allowing us to generate and understand sentences that we have never heard before. It is this internal blueprint that makes language learning a universal human experience, transcending cultural and geographical boundaries. This faculty, he suggests, provides us with a set of unconscious rules that govern language structure and use. These rules are not explicitly taught but are instead intuitively understood by all speakers of a language. They form the backbone of our linguistic competence, enabling us to navigate the complexities of grammar, syntax, and semantics with ease. Chomsky's insights raise profound questions about the nature of knowledge itself. If our ability to use language is innate, what does this say about other forms of knowledge? Are there other cognitive abilities that we are born with, waiting to be unlocked through experience and interaction? These questions challenge our understanding of the human mind and its potential. How much of our linguistic ability is determined by our genes, and how much is shaped by our environment? This age-old debate between nature and nurture takes on new dimensions in the context of language acquisition. While our genetic makeup provides the foundation, our interactions with the world around us shape and refine our linguistic skills. The answers to these questions have far-reaching implications for our understanding of human nature. They influence how we approach education, cognitive development, and even artificial intelligence. By unraveling the puzzle of language knowledge, we gain deeper insights into what it means to be human and how we connect with one another through the power of words. Chomsky argues that language is not merely a collection of memorized phrases. Instead, He posits that language is a deeply ingrained, complex, and generative system that goes beyond simple repetition. This system is not just about stringing words together, but involves an intricate set of rules and principles that govern how we form sentences. He uses the term generative grammar to describe this system. Generative grammar is a theory that suggests our ability to produce and understand sentences is based on a set of underlying rules. It emphasizes the rule-based nature of language and our ability to generate an infinite number of sentences. These rules are not explicitly taught but are acquired naturally as we grow and interact with our environment. This internal system of language allows us to combine words into meaningful phrases and sentences according to a set of unconscious grammatical rules. These rules are deeply embedded in our cognitive processes, enabling us to communicate complex ideas effortlessly. This ability, known as linguistic competence, is what enables us to understand and produce novel utterances. Linguistic competence is not just about knowing words and their meanings, but also about understanding how to use them in various contexts. Chomsky's concept of linguistic competence highlights the creative aspect of language use. It shows that we are capable of generating new sentences that we have never heard before, demonstrating the flexibility and adaptability of our language system. We are not limited to repeating what we have heard before but can generate new and original sentences effortlessly. This generative aspect of language is what makes human communication so rich and diverse. This creativity, he argues, is a testament to the power and flexibility of the human mind. It allows us to express our thoughts, emotions, and ideas in ways that are unique to each individual. The ability to combine words in novel ways is central to human communication. It enables us to convey complex concepts and engage in meaningful interactions with others. It allows us to express our thoughts and ideas in a nuanced and sophisticated manner. This sophistication in language use is what enables us to build societies, share knowledge, and create art. This creative aspect of language is what truly sets us apart from other species. While other animals communicate, the complexity and creativity of human language are unparalleled, showcasing the unique capabilities of the human brain. Section 4. Performance versus competence: untangling language use. Chomsky draws a crucial distinction between linguistic performance and linguistic competence. This distinction is foundational in understanding how we use and understand language. Performance refers to the actual use of language in real-world situations, encompassing everything from casual conversations to formal speeches. It is the practical application of our linguistic knowledge. While competence refers to the underlying knowledge of the language system, including grammar, syntax, and vocabulary, it is the mental representation of linguistic rules and structures. Performance is subject to various limitations, such as memory constraints, distractions, and errors in production or comprehension. These factors can affect how we communicate and understand each other in everyday interactions. Competence, on the other hand, represents our idealized knowledge of language, independent of these limitations. It is the perfect, error-free understanding of linguistic rules that we strive to achieve. Chomsky argues that linguists should focus on competence rather than performance to understand the true nature of language. By studying competence, we can uncover the universal principles that govern all human languages. He views competence as the primary object of linguistic inquiry, as it provides insights into the underlying rules and principles governing language structure and use. This focus allows researchers to develop theories that explain how language is acquired and processed by the human mind. The distinction between performance and competence has important implications for language teaching and assessment. Understanding this distinction helps educators design more effective teaching methods that address both the practical use of language and the theoretical knowledge behind it. Instead of focusing solely on grammatical accuracy, educators should strive to foster students' underlying linguistic competence. This approach encourages a deeper understanding of language and its use, rather than just rote memorization of rules. By emphasizing competence, teachers can help students develop the skills needed to use language effectively in a variety of contexts. This holistic approach to language education can lead to more confident and proficient language users. Ultimately, the goal is to create a learning environment that supports both the acquisition of linguistic knowledge and the ability to apply that knowledge in real-world situations. This balanced approach can lead to a more comprehensive and meaningful understanding of language. Section 5, Cracking the Code, How We Acquire Language. One of Chomsky's most influential contributions is his theory of language acquisition. He argues that children are not born with a blank slate but with an innate capacity for language learning. This capacity, referred to as the language acquisition device, or LAD, guides the acquisition process. The LAD is not a specific area in the brain but rather an abstract concept representing the innate mechanisms that enable language learning. It allows children to extract the rules of their native language from the linguistic input they receive. Chomsky's theory revolutionized our understanding of child development. His work demonstrated that children are active learners who play an active role in constructing their linguistic knowledge. The LAD, he argues, provides them with the necessary tools for this remarkable feat. Section 6. Universal Grammar, the Blueprint of Language. Central to Chomsky's theory of language acquisition is the concept of universal grammar, or UG. UG refers to the innate linguistic knowledge that is shared by all humans, regardless of their native language. Chomsky argues that all languages share a common underlying structure. This structure is reflected in the existence of linguistic universals, which are principles or rules that are found in all human languages. UG provides a framework for language acquisition, allowing children to learn their native language rapidly and efficiently. It explains why children acquiring different languages go through similar stages of development and make similar kinds of grammatical errors.